Hurt, you couldn't want more from a final.
Insane, guys. Instant classic. And it wasn't so much good football, productive football. It was just so emotional, end to end. The lead changes, the big time moments. Listen, I know right here it says Hollywood, and that's where we are, but you can't write this up. It really was Hollywood-esque. I mean, it's Gareth Bale, who hasn't played all season, who's been injured, who's been struggling with his own body, but has big game performances in him, in his resume, who comes in and saves the day, and you think it's Gareth Bale. He's got to be the MVP. And it's big John McCarthy who comes in for Crepeau, who not only breaks his leg, but gets red carded in the end. So LAFC are down a man, and he's the hero. I mean, it's end-to-end stuff. Not necessarily the prettiest football, but an instant classic. I've seen plenty of Major League Soccer Cup finals, MLS Cup finals. I've never seen one as dramatic, as end-to-end, as emotional as this one.
No, especially the way it all panned out. You mentioned Gareth Bale, who's done nothing. Nothing since he's moved to MLS, and he does this, Herc.
Literally, my play-by-play asked me, if you're Steve Cherundolo, would you put in Gareth Bale right now? It was minute like 124. I said, no, absolutely not. What do I know? Gareth Bale ends up scoring the winner. Gareth Bale, said, but he's got that in him. I mean, we have to go back to his time in Real Madrid where he doesn't play. He's not fit. He can't get on the field, and what do you know? Big game, and he shows up. He's just got that in his DNA.
What do we know about John McCarthy, Herc?
Well, the last time I saw John McCarthy was Leagues Cup here in Los Angeles, where he came and he played, and he actually did another penalty shootout, and he did fairly well there. And we saw the camera panning into John McCarthy right before the end of the game, and everybody's asking, why are they showing the second goalkeeper? That's because he's very good at penalty kicks. It ends up being circumstantial that he gets on the field. It's Murillo with an errant back pass that becomes a 50-50 ball that Corey Burke latches onto at first, and Maximo Crepeau completely takes him out, but the goalkeeper gets the worst of it. On comes on John McCarthy from zero to hero. Wasn't even supposed to be a factor in this game. Ends up being the MVP for LAFC. I mean, you can't write this stuff. You really can't. I know I'm using the Hollywood analogy here, but it's what you dream of if you're trying to make a name for yourself. Coming onto a game, making a name for yourself, and if you're a goalkeeper, no bigger showcase than a penalty shootout. I will add, before the penalty shootout, he was a factor. Huge save on the Ilie Sanchez ball coming across that he ends up parlaying to Elliott. But a massive save there that really gave him the confidence to go into this penalty shootout and be the hero.
The Philadelphia Union, Ali. Mm-hmm. You think you've got it. You're 3-2 up. Elliott gets that late goal, and then you can't even score a penalty.
And I'm pretty sure John McCarthy used to play with the Philadelphia Union.
Right.
He did?
Yeah, there you go.
Just to kind
salt
of
in the wounds.
Just to kind of add to that, and in fact, part of the reason as to why he's no longer with the Philadelphia Union is because Andre Blake is undisputed number one. Back up to Andre Blake, and well, I got to go somewhere else, and now you end up becoming not only part of the story, but very much the story in this final. As for the Philadelphia Union, you think about the personality of this team. They go down early in this match. They tie it up. Then they go down again, and you're thinking, all right, is there enough fight here? Yes, there is. We're going to tie it up again. Now we go into extra time, and now the Philadelphia Union go up, and you're thinking, well, of course, they've been able to come back. Now they're going to hang on. It is incredibly frustrating to see how the game ended, the fact that you're not able to see it out, that you're not able to close it out. That's going to hurt for a long time. Yeah. And then you go into penalties, and I think it's just the emotional letdown of not having been able to see the game out, not having been able to close it out, and somehow you have to recharge yourself for penalties. They were not able to do that. The miss by Gazdag is critically important because Tello has missed a penalty. Yeah. Now, if you jump up, now you regain that energy from the fact that, okay, now you're up, and we have Andre Blake in goal. Here we go. Daniel Gazdag's miss just gave LAFC life again, and I think took the life away from the Philadelphia Union.
What's happening, Herc? Is Elsie still celebrating her birthday? What's happening in the background?
That's exactly what's going on. Can you hear that?
Yes. We can. Elsie's Herc's wife. It was her birthday. The celebrations all over. Big LAFC fans.
If I can add to what Ali's saying about the emotions of this game, I think that's the key here. It's dealing with the emotions, because if you were to ask LAFC, Will you sign scoring 3 goals, at Bank of California if that's something you'd be interested in? Be like, yeah, absolutely. We'll take those chances. 3 goals that you're most likely come out of here with the win, especially when you look at the regular season where you've got the best goalkeeper in MLS, because that's what he was named, the best defender. You got the best defender named in your team as well. You got the best coach in Jim Curtin. Gazdag was an MVP snub. He scored 22 goals, 10 assists in the regular season. Ends up scoring a goal in the playoffs and a goal in the final. You get 2 goals from Jack Elliott. You'd like those chances, but it's the emotions. It's the dealing with the constant give and go that is a final. It's the errors on their part. The opening goal by LAFC starts off with an errant back pass that LAFC picks up, and then it's in the wall. It's McGlynn, who 19 years of age, you're going to learn from it, but turns his back and ends up hitting him in the face and goes in. It's these little plays for the Philadelphia Union that did them in. And when you go into penalty kicks, I mean, we're sitting here talking about Big John McCarthy, but every single one of us would have bet on Andre Blake. Andre Blake is going to be the goalkeeper here to make a name for himself, and it wasn't that.
John McCarthy played 1 MLS game this season. What it is to be a backup goalkeeper, eh?
In this circumstance, and listen, as a goalkeeper in a penalty shootout, you can only be the hero. And coming in as he did, and especially in this game, with all the momentum, and Ali was talking about it, Gareth Bale coming in and scoring when he did, all the momentum shifts to LAFC's favour. And you felt on the other side of that same coin, all the life drains out of Philadelphia Union. So if you're McCarthy, it's a great position to be in. You go in, you make a name for yourself. Everybody celebrates, as Herc points out.
What's worse, Herc? Losing 5-0 or losing like this?
I think losing like this, because at 5-0, you already know it, right? Losing like this, you think multiple times that it's yours. That you should be lifting this trophy, and especially after the season the Philadelphia Union had. I mean, the Philly Union were 27th out of 28 teams in spending in Major League Soccer. Only 1 team spent more than them, and they ended up getting this type of productivity from the goalkeeper, from a defender, from a center midfielder, from the head coach, to go against a star-studded LAFC team, and everything was there for you on a platter. The parking situation in Los Angeles, the pressure on LAFC, the money spent, the players who weren't really producing for LAFC, and you're there and you scored 3 goals away from home in a final, 2 of them from your center back. You should be taking this. You should feel like it's yours, but LAFC never let up. LAFC, in the most dramatic of fashion, in the only LAFC way possible, with Gareth Bale coming off the bench and producing that game-tying goal, with their second goalkeeper producing these type of heroics. I mean, it was Hollywood-esque is the only way I can picture it.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.